Hi everyone, so I'm finally back from Taiwan and I've finally had the chance to sit down and film a ton of videos all about Taiwan. I've already made quite a few vlogs and foodie vlogs and stuff like that on my channel, so make sure you go check those out. I'll link them above and they'll be all linked below as well. So don't forget to subscribe because I've already got a ton of videos in Taiwan already and I will be uploading quite a few more on Taiwan. I found a dream that I can speak to. So currently I'm going to be doing two videos on traveling solo in Taiwan. This video is going to be about my first time traveling solo and what I would do differently, and then the next video is going to be on the truth about solo traveling, why you need to travel alone, like why you should go traveling solo, that sort of thing. So I'll make sure that once I've uploaded it, it's linked above and below as well. So I've just got back from a solo trip in Taiwan. I was there for 2 weeks on my own and this was my first trip ever alone. I chose to travel solo because I just really wanted to travel by myself and see if I enjoyed it and what it'd be like. It's just something I've always wanted to experience. So as it was my first experience being by myself, I have a lot of things that I realized I wish I sort of done a little bit differently, and I wish I'd have known before I went, so that's what this video is going to be about. Obviously, I don't regret anything. I just kicked myself a little bit because I'm like, oh, I just should have done that or should have done this, and like I wish I'd gone and done that while I was there. And so I thought the best kind of thing to do would be to make a video about it, just so I can get it all out, and also maybe you can not make the same mistakes I did, or you can learn from my mistakes. First thing that I would say is to definitely plan a lot less. I have been someone who's always preached to everyone, even though I've never traveled by myself. If you're traveling by yourself, you know, don't book anything, obviously, like you just want to go with the flow, all that sort of thing. And I definitely believe in that, but I sort of thought, oh, well, I'm only going for 2 weeks and I have to fly out at a certain time. So, you know, I want to go here, there and there. Like, well, I might as well just book it all. What I realized is that 2 weeks is a long time. There's a lot you can do in 2 weeks. Just sort of thought I wouldn't have enough time to sort of be a bit more flexible. I realized, yeah, 2 weeks is plenty of time to not book anything and just go with the flow and do what you want, book it as you go. So definitely don't book anything. One of the examples was that I was in a hostel that had no atmosphere at all. I didn't meet anyone in my room and it was just really quiet for the 2 nights that I was there. And at this point I'd already been by myself in a hotel in a different location. So by the time I got to this hostel, I kind of was ready to like meet and talk to people. Like I'd had enough time on my own and I kind of wanted to be a bit social, and it was just really, really crap because I was just getting a bit lonely and I was like, oh no, like I've already booked everything. But on the 3rd night I actually ended up going to the next place and cancelling it. So it was good because Taiwan was really cheap and I took quite a lot more money than I needed. So it was okay in that instance. I could just cancel 1 night, but it would have been better if just nothing was planned and I could just move on, even to another hostel in the same city, or just move on to a different place. So that's one of the reasons, especially when you're on your own, because you do just want to move on if you're not feeling the place. Also, the other reason is that along the way when you meet people, they're like, oh, I've been to this place and it was really cool and all this sort of thing, and you're like, oh, I wish I could go there now. Like I wish I hadn't have booked everything because I can't go there. Or even if someone's like, hey, I'm gonna go do this today, do you want to come with me? And you can't go with them because you've got too many other plans. Like to a certain degree, don't not do stuff that you really want to do because you just want to hang out with someone you've just met. Still stick to what you really want to do, but then also it's great to be able to go off and meet people and do things with them. What I've realized is that solo travel, half the fun is like experiencing new places and being in a different country and all that sort of thing, new cultures, but the other half is actually meeting all these amazing people along the way, meeting other solo travelers, hanging out with new people, you know, meeting locals, all that sort of thing. So you have to remember it's not just all about like experiencing that country when you're on your own. It is a lot about meeting new people and like finding all about their lives and their cultures. So I wish I was a bit more flexible and didn't book everything, because I think I would have enjoyed myself a lot more if I wasn't as stuck to a certain plan. And then also the third thing I'll mention in regards to planning less and not having everything organized is that when I research stuff online, especially for Taiwan, there isn't a huge amount of resources online at the moment because it's not a super touristy country. I found that there was a lot I wanted to do a bit more in the countryside away from the cities, but when I researched how to get to places online, it just seemed really hard and awkward to get to, and it really put me off. Kind of was like, oh, maybe I can't do that then. And then when I've got to Taiwan, realized it was really easy. Like one of the places I went to was in the country, but all I had to do was catch one bus from the high-speed rail station to the one to that place, and it took an hour. It was fine. Like, I just got off the train and was like, where's the bus to go to Gigi, which was the place, and they were like, yep, this platform, da da da. When I got on the bus, I just reconfirmed this going to Gigi, and they were like, yep. And then all I had to do on my maps was just check and see where I was going on the GPS. Didn't even need reception, so I would know where to get off. So I think as well, don't trust the internet too much. Just go there and just figure it out when you get there. Do as much research as possible and give yourself a list of things you'd like to do and how to get to places. But then when you get there, just ask a local, ask someone in the hostel how do I get to here, or what do you think? Google Maps was not a good representation of things in Taiwan. I had to use a website called Rome to Rio to give me a proper, accurate thing of like where the buses were going. When I was going from a high-speed rail station in Taichung to Gigi, on Rome to Rio, it was just like, yep, this bus to here to there, whatever, an hour or so. It was really simple. Whenever I went on Google Maps, one of the places it was showing like 3.5 hours it took to get there on the bus for the exact same place. So it was just really weird, because I was just like, how can the exact same bus on the exact same route on 2 different websites show a completely different thing? Don't always trust the internet, just wait till you get there. The next thing is, I wish I made better decisions. I wish that I sort of thought things through a lot more, and like, so that I didn't sort of miss opportunities on certain things. For example, like, I think when you're with someone else, you sort of have another opinion or another person's thoughts, and then you can sort of figure out what you want to do from there. Whereas when it's just yourself, sometimes you just make a decision and then move on and then think, oh shit, maybe I should have done that, or oh, I should have done this. So I'll give you an example. I went to Sun Moon Lake and it was really cloudy. So when I got to the ropeway station where you go up into the mountains and see the view, I got there and the lady was like, you can't really see much because it's cloudy. It was only like, not £5 to go up. And I was like, oh, I don't know, should I go up, should I not? I was a bit worried because I was trying to rush to get my bus back, but I'm pretty sure I didn't even have enough time anyway. In the end, I didn't go up to the ropeway, which there was like a museum up there as well, which was a bit more money, but I had enough money to pay for these things, so I don't know why I worried about the money. But I didn't go up there, but then I rushed back to go get my bus and then realised I couldn't get my bus, and then it was another 2 hours to the next bus. And I just wished that I just went up to the ropeway and went up there and walked around and just went to the museum and did it anyway. Like, I had enough time and I had enough money, really. I just went, no, okay, I won't go up there, and went on to the next thing. I just wish I sat and thought about it more, like weighed out the pros and cons of it, you know what I mean? And I think if you were with someone, they probably would have been like, we're probably gonna miss this next bus and we've got another 2 hours, so we might as well just go up there. It's not gonna cost a lot of money. And we are here, so we might as well. So I just sort of wish that I thought things through a little bit more, because I missed out on a few opportunities because I just sort of didn't really think about it. I just made a decision and then just like was like, okay. Another example is on one of the last days in Taipei, I had sort of a spare day where I was like, oh, I've done everything I want to do now. There is a few random things that I want to visit in Taipei. Nothing like that exciting, like a park. And like, I had a nice day, but I wasn't like that much fun. Like, I was just like, I just feel like I'm doing stuff for the sake of doing. Like, I'm not really that interested in doing these things to a certain degree. And then afterwards I realised that I probably could have done like a day trip to somewhere else. There's this really cute town called Jufen, and in my mind I thought I didn't have enough time to go there, but then in the end I had that extra day at the end where I could have gone there, and it's like I sort of forgot about doing that. I don't know why. I should have just been a bit more like I said, think things through a bit more, being like, okay, tomorrow I've got a free day, I'll sit down tonight and really research what I could do with my time, like use my time a bit more effectively instead of just floating around going and doing a few things that I'm not really that bothered by, and then realising, oh, I could have done quite a cool like day trip somewhere. And then the last thing I want to mention isn't like a huge thing that I was like annoyed at myself about, but the last thing would be push myself to make more friends. When I first got there, I met a girl called Shreya straight away in my hostel room, and I was like, hey, do you want to come to the pub crawl tonight? And she was like, yeah, definitely. So I made friends with her and hung out with her when I was in Taipei. And my hostel in Taipei was really, really social. Like, people were sitting in the common room chatting all the time, all solo travellers. And because I was quite like jet lagged, knackered, I was just not in the mood for socialising at all. So I just sat in my room for a bit because I was just so tired. And then when I was in that hostel where I didn't have anyone to talk to, I was thinking, oh God, I wish I was in that hostel where everyone was hanging out in the common room all the time now. But I guess like you can't help it if you're really tired and you're not in the mood for socializing. But I had a good time anyway because I did meet Shreya and I did meet a few other people on the pub crawl, and I met a guy called Francis when I went to Kaohsiung. So you know, it's not like I was like too scared to make friends or I didn't do anything. It's just that I just wish I wasn't as tired on the first week. So those are the 3 different things I sort of wish I did a little bit differently whilst traveling solo. And I hope you can learn from my mistakes. Not that they're mistakes, we shouldn't think like that, but I'm just a bit like, I wish I just done this or done that. But now I know for next time, and I'm telling you so that you don't do this as well. Just be a bit more flexible and just, you know, sit and like think about things, think things through, because you know you're only going to be there once, I guess, to a certain degree. You know, you might go to that country again, but you want to make the most of your time there. So don't pass things up, make lots of friends, be flexible, be free. Don't forget to check out all my other videos about Taiwan, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye!